What you're about to watch is a top-tier coaching session with Xander Reed, a 7,000 iRating top 0.5% driver who is preparing to qualify for the highest level competition in iRacing, the Porsche Tag Heuer Esports Super Cup. He recently joined Coenda Junior team as part of one of the best sim racing teams in the world. At age 4, Xander started racing motocross and raced until the age of 8, when he got hurt badly and had to quit. He found karting while still recovering from his injuries and loved it right away, quickly going to national races after only 6 months. He then started sim racing during the pandemic and started working with me at age 9. We have been working together for 4 years in iRacing. After the pandemic, he went to Europe and raced in WSK and FIA races at 11 years old. After 2 years in Europe, he moved back to the US and tested on a US F4 and a USF 2000. He continues to develop his racecraft and driving technique as we work regularly through sim racing coaching. If you're just beginning, don't worry, everything we talk about is mostly understandable since my style of coaching is mostly refined to be accessible to all levels. The chapters are listed in the description. There are a lot of little secrets throughout the video, so make sure you watch it all if you really want to gain the edge and find those precious dents in your driving. And of course, like the video and subscribe to this channel if you appreciate this kind of content. I cut the best moments of the session so the video is not too long. You're gonna watch his lap, then my comments, then my lap, then more comments, and then he's gonna try some things that we discussed on track and we're gonna see the difference. I hope you enjoyed this video and let's go to the session. Okay, let me share my screen. Let's switch the lap first. So what do you see?
In not turn 1, it'd be turn 2 and 3, or yeah, turn 2 and 3. You're before the braking, you're a lot wider. I go to the curb. And
Exactly. So that I think that's one place that you can gain time, because the actual corner is not this one.
It's the next one.
This one.
Yeah.
So because intuitively we want to hit the curbs, we see a curb with, oh, it's an apex. Let's use it. So we actually go to the inside here, but that's too early. And by the time you start braking for the next corner, your car is pointing like to, I don't know, that house or...
Yeah, and yours is pointing to the kind of the curb.
So mine is pointing, when I start braking, I'm pointing a little bit more to the left. You see?
Yeah.
And by the time I really start turning, it's just an easier corner for me than for you. Like other cars, we go all the way to the left here and then we bring the car back, but this is just not the case for this one. I actually try to stay as much as I can to the right here. Sometimes I even touched the white line here when I was testing. And then like wide here, trying to be pointing more to the left so you're as parallel as possible to this curb, which is difficult. I'm still testing whether you have to really use and like actually be as close as possible to this curb or leave this space. But missing this apex, I think that is a must.
Yeah.
Like, which is not, because it's not an apex. Like I can still call it an apex because it's a curb. Oh, it's an apex, but it's not an apex. It's just like, I don't know why they put a curb there. Here, one important thing is, after you do this one, you change your action. Your goal from here is to get the car to this end of the curb here. Because this is the actual... This right-hander is the most important corner of the entire track. It's not this exit, it's this one. Because right here, if you carry more speed, you're going to be carrying that flat-out speed, extra speed for, I don't know, what, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
So 1 kilometer quicker here per hour is like half a tenth.
Yeah.
So you really need to think about this one. And how can we prepare this one is by reverse engineering and figuring out where we can put the car. So as you can see here, I'm actually touching the curb, but only very late, you see? Yeah. I'm far from the curb. Now here, I am really like maximize. It's like this turning point is where I really want to maximize the track. So not here yet. And then it just allows me to carry a lot more speed. And then here, what I'm thinking about, I still didn't perfectly do it in this lap, is to actually do an early apex and carry more speed and do an early apex on this corner, on this curb. Because here we can use the beginning, or we can use like the middle, or we can use the end. Most people will try to kind of use the end, but then your line here like throws you way too much to the middle of the track, and it's more difficult to open up and get a good exit. So what you want to do is kind of like carry as much speed as you can and try to touch this curb early. As you can see, I'm still kind of like missing it and turning in a little bit too late. You can probably like do a line that does this, and then it kind of puts you already in the perfect spot.
Yeah, because you're carrying more speed, so the understeer automatically puts you in the right spot. You don't have to drive the car there.
Yeah, it's not only the speed, it's also the line. Like just it's both. It's a little bit of extra speed and a line that like automatically throws you to the right place. It's difficult. This is one of the most difficult corners, I think, here. You see, I didn't use all of it. I think you can probably use more. Like a lot more. If you early apex. So early apex is one. Try to think about that and let the car kind of like throw itself. I think the thing is that it's a little bit more dangerous to do it, because if you overshoot just a little bit and you get this grass, you're done. So I think that was like me being overly safe. But this was 1 hour driving. So talking about temperature, the thing about this track is really the temperature of the tires in the short term. So here we have a right-hander. We get on power. And then if you get too much oversteer from here all the way to here, if you overheat the tires, it is actually going to be terrible on this corner. So the balance of the car on T3 depends on how you treated the tires on T1. And you have to always be thinking about that. Same thing for every corner. Like here. Let's say you got an oversteer here because you got an oversteer like on the entry. Sorry, an oversteer on exit on T1, triggered hot rear tires. Then you got oversteer here, so it's even worse. And then you go for this corner, it's also gonna be oversteer. So, and that's the same for the front tires. So like right here, let's say you like get way too much. You can see I'm actually like burning all the tires. You can see I'm painting the track here. But this, I'm kind of like doing both. I'm literally like overheating both ends. So because of that, my car is kind of still balanced in a way.
Yeah.
But if you understeer on entry there too much, you might understeer here, and then you also might understeer here. So just be careful that every time you slide one end, it's gonna keep bad. And this track is all about it because all these corners are connected. Same thing for this left-hander. Especially high-speed corners, they overheat the tires a lot more. So if you get like a bad oversteer here, be careful on the braking on this corner, because that's where it's going to just still oversteer because the rears are overheated.
Yeah.
And the same thing for this one right here. You got oversteer here always, right? Like I did get a little bit. You got a little bit as well. And then because of that oversteer, this corner is going to be a little bit more like the car is going to be more loose. Yeah. So like you have to all the time refresh your idea of how the balance is going to be based on what it did in the corner before. Let's try those little things. So be careful with not oversteering too much on the exit of one, and then miss the little left-hander before the actual left-hander. So miss the T2 so you can do T3 better. And then before the fast assist, make sure you think about this little curve here. Like get the car right here so you can carry a little bit more speed on the right-hander that leads the entire like speed for the rest of the sector.
The understeer on the exit of that corner is so bad.
Yep. I like short shifting to third there to make it turn a tiny bit more. Yeah, I think it helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
You can trust the car. When you get the car there, you can carry a little bit more speed. I think you're lifting too much. As soon as you see that you're going to be on that like part of the curb, try to carry more speed and slide the car more.
I was doing it so good, and then I just didn't down throttle quick enough.
Yeah, you need to kind of like carry the slide all the way. You have to do that entire corner through oversteer. There's one thing about the braking. It feels like your initial brake is too fast. Yeah. Like you smash it, like boom, it goes right away to 80%. Try to feel that you're like compressing the suspension a little bit more gently on initial braking. Sure. And see if that helps. Just see if that changes anything, like in terms of like cornering grip. Like try to exaggerate the squeeze the brakes. Yeah. That was the perfect speed right there. Try that. I think you're just braking too early now.
Entrance was really
exactly
good,
that's the thing.
It's too wide.
You can be even more aggressive with the throttle, I think.
Yeah, I think if I'm more aggressive, it'll get the front to turn quicker.
Too gentle. More power. You have to do the entire like double right oversteering. Pretty much. Let's watch that again, like that sector on my replay, and see how I can make the car keep rotating. It looks like yours is understeering so much.
I think I know why I keep rear locking every time.
Because it's like the inverted string theory.
Yeah.
Because you're turning, like if you brake fast, like the wheel would have to like go back fast as well, so it doesn't work. So I kind of like do the opposite.
Right.
Like as the wheel. Well, actually, I don't even like go back on the steering that much. I do most of the braking while turning. I just relax my hands a little bit the more I brake. I think that's it. Like if you relax your hands when you start braking, you're not gonna lock the inside rear.
Yeah, because I think my biggest problem is like when I go here, I keep turning to make the apex, but I just need to, and the car doesn't get stopped, so the rear locks. I need to kind of like let the car go straight, like you said, and relax my hands, and then turn hard.
Well, yeah, but I never go real straight. Like I'm still turning when I brake. I just relax my hands so I go a little bit less straighter, but not straight. But yeah, I didn't want to see this one. I want to see here. Why does my car turn so much?
I don't know.
Okay, I think I know why. Yeah. Yep. Look at my steering. It's sometimes. I'm steering less, like not too much, but it feels like it's 15% less. What turns the car here is the throttle. Like you see my throttle up and down. And when I increase here, the car is actually turning more, but I'm decreasing the steering. And it looks like
I do the opposite.
The steers again. Yeah, I think when you want more rotation, you increase the steering, but that just makes the car understeer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're turning with the steering. Don't turn the car with the steering here. On the exits, turn the car with the power. If you wanted to turn more, okay, I have the right line. I wanted to like make the corner, accelerate more, and it's gonna turn more naturally. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I was really close to getting it even better, but...
You got it. Purple. Too fast, I think. The braking. I'm saying that because I hear the tire. It's like if you brake too hard, you right away hear the like very fast.
Yeah. I don't think I could get closer to the grass on entry than I did there.
Yep. You can't. Good job. You got it. That's it, man. We solved it. I was like, why doesn't it turn?
We got it now.
Finally. You know, before you hit the curb, you can be aggressive on power.
Yeah.
It looks like you're waiting until after the curb so you can accelerate. What you can do is like throttle and then on the jump you lift and then throttle again.
Okay. Yeah, 0.4.
Yeah. You're officially quicker than me.
Thank you.
You see, squeezing the brakes is making us just a tiny difference, but it like compounds. And it looks like you gain a little bit more precision as well. If you're like only smashing the brakes all the time, sometimes you have less control. When you squeeze, you kind of feel like what's happening. Sometimes you brake a little bit less, sometimes you brake a little bit more. If you braked a little bit too early, you can squeeze more slowly and so on. Like there's always like those, it opens a little bit of room for corrections. And I don't know, it looks like you spend more time closer to the limit. Yeah, that was super close to the grass. That's what you should aim for every lap.
Yeah, I definitely think after just the last 2 sessions I've done with you for P Cup, I've gained at least 2 seconds.
That's insane.
And I'm finally getting close to I'm finally learning the full limit of the car. Like, finally getting quick enough to understand what the car needs, what it's doing, what it should be doing, what I am doing with it.
Yep.
Which, if I would have figured out all this before past qualifier, I probably would have made it to the round 2 qualifiers, but But I'm definitely starting to enjoy this car for once.
Yeah, no, this is really good.
Which I'm happy with, because this obviously I need to learn, because all the pros, they all drive GT3s or P Cup or all that stuff, and nobody really drives open wheels anymore. So
oh yeah, exactly. And if honestly, like if you drive the pickup very well, you drive Formula 1s and Formula 3s very well. But if it's not the other way around,
right? Because the pickup, you have to have certain steering input styles, braking styles, throttle styles, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but it's easy to translate that back to the Formula cars. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. I'm proud.
Yeah.
Now just go grab your 8K.
Oh, I'm gonna try.
Good stuff, man. Have a good practice.
Yep. Thank you.